It's my time to fly. Come and soar with me tonight.
Yeah, uh, yeah.
You're never going to get an intro like that from me ever again. I'm just putting that out there. I'm just putting it out there right now because I truly do love this movie and I absolutely love the visuals that go along with this song. So, if you are a 90s kid, you grew up in the greatest era of animated films. And what I mean by that, you basically got the best of two decades. Where in the 90s, we were given The Lion King, we were given Aladdin, we were given Mulan, we were given The Little Mermaid. Fantastic animation. But in the 2000s, we were given Lilo and Stitch, and we were given Treasure Planet, and we were given The Emperor's New Groove, so many other great animated films. But right there in the middle, right there in the year 2000, we were given my favorite animated film. And you've probably never even heard of this film. And if you have heard of this film, thank you that I'm not alone out here, because every time I bring up Titan A.E, people look at me as though I am absolutely insane because they've never heard of it. What? An animated film where the earth gets wiped out by a race of sentient energy beings known as the Dredge, where a character has to follow a map given to him by his father, leading to a discovery of a weapon that can wipe out the enemy and then restore the earth so that we can save humanity from the brink of extinction? What are you talking about, Blurred? Well, I'm talking about the year 2000 Titan A.E by Don Bluth and Gary Goldman. This film is fantastic on so many levels. Animation wise, it does a beautiful job of mixing 2D animation, hand drawn with the characters, with 3D animation in the form of the enemy known as the Dredge. Story wise, fantastic. The multiple dynamics that Kale has to go through, not only with the trauma of losing the entire planet and then also losing his father, but then also mingling with this new crew of individuals that are there to essentially help him on his quest to find this treasure, this weapon his father left behind to help save the human race from extinction. But then also the individual personalities of the members of the crew, where some of them are there for more nefarious means, where others start to believe in this quest as they find more and more clues and more hints, and then they finally discover the prize in and of itself being the Titan AE weapon. Only discover that it's not a weapon at all, and that was one of the reasons why the Dredge were basically hunting for this thing. So good. So good on multiple levels. But you're probably asking yourself, why are you bringing up Titan AE? Simple. A discussion was being had about films that people wanted to see brought to live action. And one of the films people wanted to see brought to live action was Treasure Planet. Do not get me wrong. I would pay good money to sit down and watch Treasure Planet. Treasure Planet is fantastic on so many levels. However, we have to talk about the film that I want to see in live action. And the film I want to see brought to live action is Titan AE, because there are so many chances to turn this into the next big thing, the next big franchise, the next big Star Wars, because its world building is so fantastic. Even though you only spend a few seconds just moving about throughout these different worlds and getting bits and pieces of these multiple different cultures, you really get to understand humanity's stance in the galaxy. Like this strong militaristic just civilization that the universe, well, the galaxy respected, that is laid low and becomes these vagrants that are just moving around trying to survive from the good graces and the small donations given to them by the greater galactic community that sees them as nothing more than leeches that are about to die out anyway, and they can exploit. And the need for humanity to basically reach out into the stars and find themselves a new world that they can colonize, but the constant persistent threat that if anybody helps them in any way, shape, or form, there's an alien race out there that's just going to swoop in and wipe out that civilization's planet. So it's standoffish. And the doom and gloom of humanity, they're just like, there's nothing we can do. All we can do is basically wait for the last human to basically die. So good. You feel the hopelessness of humanity so well early on in this film. And then you get the sense of hope build as the movie progresses towards its finale, where you get to see someone who's cynical, who's basically given up on humanity in the form of the captain of the ship, who's basically just using everyone to make some money so that he can live comfortable for the rest of his life, realize that this is something bigger than him. This is a chance to save humanity and give humanity a future, and then he's the last person to begin to believe in this dream. Mwah! Love it. So fucking good. And out of all of the animated films, I still want to see a live action version of Treasure Planet, because we're getting a live action version of How to Train Your Dragon, and How to Train Your Dragon just ended a few friggin' years ago. I want to see a live action Titan A.E. I think we deserve it. I think that for people who've never seen it before, go out there, watch the animated film. You're gonna love it. The music in the film is great. The art style in this film is fantastic. The story in this film, you've seen it before. It was the early 2000s. It was the Star Wars formula of the chosen one going on a quest in order to save either the person he loves, or save his kingdom, or save the galaxy, or save his planet. We've seen thousands of stories like that before, but it's not the main story to focus on. It's the cast of characters and the way in which they interact with the world, and the way in which the circumstances of them trying to survive in this galaxy has basically jaded their view of not only one another, but about hope. How different characters and what they've been through have completely shaped the way in which they hope to see the future of humanity progress. Maybe they've given up on it. Maybe that there's a little kernel, there's a little spark there that just needs a little kindle in order for it to burn bright and just blaze. Love it. I absolutely love it, and I would love to see a live action version of this film. Titan A.E. deserves it, in my opinion. It either deserves a live action version, or it deserves to be brought back with new animation for current audiences, so that more people are going to be able to just sit down and enjoy it. But let me know what you think about Titan A.E. Am I wrong? Would you prefer to see something along the lines of Treasure Planet, or maybe another animated film that has like this really, really grand story that they tell brought to live action? Comment down below. Let me know, and I'll catch you in the next one. Peace.